All right, let's talk about Tuesday, November the 1st, the day before FOMC. So let's look, actually, let me go ahead and mark the opening, which is right here. So let's look a little bit at the pre-market. Make sure I'm on the 3-minute chart. And as you can see, this thing laddered up all night long. It's funny, I did take one trade last night. Where's 3,900? 30. Let me turn off this magnet tool. 3,900. Keep going down. Right here. I took one short last night, and that was the short I took. I shorted the 3,900 and did pretty darn well on it. And then went to bed. Woke up and like, holy cow, we just keep going up. Now, today was a day of forced discipline. In today's world, you don't have to wait for anything. You can book an airline ticket to Hawaii in about 5 minutes on your phone. But to be a great trader, you have to have patience to wait for the trade to come to you. You're like a surfer, sitting out there in the ocean, waiting for your wave to come to you. Sometimes you wait all day and you really don't get a trade. And in fact, this morning I was not able to trade. So that's one reason I was trading last night. Had a daughter that I needed to go get her braces on this morning. So I was not actually here doing the live Zoom with my guys. And so I was just posting in Discord as I could look on my phone standing outside the orthodontist. And somewhere in here, I was messaging a couple of my traders and I said, I hope you've taken 0 trades. And they had taken 0 trades. And to be honest, they should be the most proud in the world that they used their discipline and know that there was not a setup here. This thing opened and vomited 50 points, right? Somewhere in there. 50 to 70 points straight down, and you had to watch it. With our system, there was no setup. And the last thing I want you to do is to just jump on the train and go short. That is not being a professional trader, in my opinion. It is not a repeatable action. And if you did that trade and you made a ton of money, I feel bad for you because you're going to feel like you can do it again. If you jumped on the train, I hope you jumped on the train right here and this thing shot straight up and you got your butt handed to you, because that's lack of discipline. It's no big deal. This thing dropped 50, 60 points and you got 0 of it. No big deal. The market is here every day. And I want you to be proud, especially the traders in my room. They were proud they had 0 trades until we got into the chop. And just like yesterday, there's plenty of trades in the chop, but we need to allow those trades to develop. And you got to have strong butt muscles to sit there in your chair and just wait and look at this 50-point drop and go, man, I did not participate in that. And I am totally cool and okay with that because I know I have a very high probability trading system. I just need to wait. All right. So this thing's vomits down, and with my system, there was 0 trades. 0 trades. And I'm not going to say my system. I'm not the inventor of anything. I just put together 3 different systems into one, and they all offer confluence, and it just works. So I really didn't mean my system. I really mean our system, or the system. So I just want to clarify that. So this thing keeps vomiting and going down, and the arrow on my chart, of course, would be down. Only looking for shorts. So as this thing was coming down to here, we would be drawing some lines here for price to come back to so I can go short. But it just didn't happen here, okay? Now I'm going to keep this line here because we're going to talk about this trade in a minute. So price kept going down, and I'm still looking for shorts. I'm still looking for shorts. I'm still looking for shorts. I'm still looking for shorts, and they weren't presented to me. So you don't take them. Now, I want to zoom back for a second. I do want to turn on a couple things. I want to turn on my day, and I want to turn on my 30-minute to 4-hour markings. So in the overnight, price came up to and matched a daily high. More than likely, that was going to be all it did. And it did. See this orange line here? Do you see this orange line here? These are my 30-minute levels that I teach you to draw. So these 30-minute levels, if I go, let's go to a 30-minute chart real quick. I'm going to delete this for a second. I'm going to delete this arrow for a second. So up to the orange and red, down to the next orange. That's really powerful that that's where it stopped. And in fact, we're going to talk about where it stopped a little bit more in detail because there was a few confluences here. Not that I'm going to play the bounce, although we're going to talk about that as well in a second. This is a high area. I got a half-hour level. I got a 1-hour level. I got a 4-hour level. This 55 area is going to be very strong when price finally got there. Now, I would have taken, but I was not trading because I was standing outside my daughter's orthodontist appointment. I would have traded 55. But you know what? Price did not get there on this first push down. So I would remove my order and go, oh, well, whatever bounce power existed here, I'm going to consider it stolen. And so although I would have wanted to be in this trade, I would have done it at 55. I wouldn't have been in it. No big deal. Remove it. Wait for my wave to come to me. Today was a lesson in forced discipline. So no big deal. We wait for our trade. So price came down and did a few bounces here. None of these were levels that I would trade. So you are just waiting. And it comes down and finally hits the 55, 54 and bounces. I wouldn't have taken that trade. I want to be on the first touch. I'm very much of a first touch trader. Then we have these relative equal highs, these break levels. And once price takes out this break level, my arrow that was pointing down, because after this consolidation, how long was this consolidation? An hour and a half almost. So just based off time, I would have moved this to balance, or what I told my traders in the Discord, that when it takes this out, you can either go balance or you wait for it to take out this to go to balance. Now, the only difference is, in balance, I'm willing to take either trade. I'm willing to take either trade, either long or short. So when it took out this break level here, you could have said, okay, I'm in balance, or I'm still willing to do a counter trend trade, but my leverage needs to be small. So I've actually put in the chat, I said, if you're going to take that 77 short, do it small, because we are not trending up yet. It is not worthy of big leverage trade. Let's talk about that for a second. What would be worthy of a larger leverage trade? So let's say it did this bounce, and then let's say price came here. I would want to see this thing break out up here, come back to here, and then go long. This is the long that I would be interested in for a larger leverage trade. What short would I be interested in a larger short trade? So let's say this thing was going down. I would want it to keep going down, come back into this level and test it, and then I'd go short. This would be a high leverage short to me. That opportunity was not presented at all today. Every trade today should have been small in relative size because we were not laddering one direction or the other direction. So I have us either at balance, or you can still be pointed down slightly. Doesn't matter, because in either case, if you are in balance, you still should take a small short here. And if you're counter, you should definitely be taking a small short. And that worked out beautifully. Let's take a peek at how much heat you would have taken. almost 4 points, 3.5, and depending on how you managed your trade, you made 8 points. I consider half of the range how much you could have gotten under ideal scenarios of following price at 50%. So it was somewhere in 4 to 8 points. So it came up and took and did that bounce. Now I'm going to draw this as a new little peak level, new break level, and I'm going to have this down here. This helps define my range from here to here. And we basically have stayed in that all day. I started recording this video before the day was even over because I just knew nothing was really going to probably happen going into FOMC tomorrow. In fact, the market ended right here. So you're inside this chop for 5 hours. First of all, I would have told you, as I told my traders, you don't have to trade today. It's going to be boring. Now, the beginning was not boring at all, but you had no entry. And then you had this. And once again, this is forced discipline. Can you sit there and not trade because you do not see your setup? So let's talk about the setups that did present themselves in the chop. This would be a short, according to our system. This would be a long, according to our system. Here, bounce. And then it came up to here, bounce. Very nice. Then this would be a break-even trade. But here, it bounced, touched and bounced a little. So this would be like a break-even trade. Nothing really nice. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to do that. So this was a winner, break-even. And where is my next trade? It would be here. I would consider it tested right here because it got so close. Or you could wait till it actually touched it. But I almost consider that a second touch. But either one of these would have been profitable. And the front run on that would have been 2 ticks, which is totally within, like, no problem. There's no shorts here. There's no shorts here. That's the long. And I did take a couple trades this afternoon because I made it back. This is one of the trades I took, was off here. And I front ran that a little bit and had a very nice trade there. And if we're going to take this swing high, this break level, you could have definitely taken this short here if you wanted to trade the break level. In addition to that, you had multiple choices on break levels to do a first touch bounce. So that worked out. Trades in this chop, you just had to wait. How many trades would I say you had? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for sure, and maybe 6, 7 trades once we started the consolidation. 6 really clean trades. This one I'm going to mark yellow because you probably broke even. The rest of those all made you good money. So today should have been a very good day for you. You should have had no trades in the vomit down, but you had plenty of trades here in the chop that worked out beautifully. All right, talk to you soon.